guys, Ash Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. I'm glad to have you all here with me today. Sending some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need it out there today. Oh, today's gonna be it's gonna be another one of those videos, guys. Honestly, I'm not gonna make you watch the Hydra Clan Boss Raid Shadow Legends official video again. You've probably already seen it before. I'm not gonna react to it. I'm not gonna do that to you guys. But if you haven't seen it, I will include it in the pinned comment and the description of today's video. I would probably watch that first so you'll understand the context to my opinions, and then come back to this video. So what do I want to do today? By the way, shout out if you're in Florida or around that area, southern US, or affected by the hurricane, my thoughts and prayers are with you. Certainly, I wish there was more I can do, but I have some employees as well, some staff that are in that area, and it's just heartbreaking to see the devastation. So I want to take a moment to focus on a little bit of real life there, especially if any of you are in the area. So Hydra Clan Boss. Whew, there's a lot to get to here, guys. There's a lot to get to. I want to start with the good. That's right. I said it, good. Go ahead and throw me a thumbs down. Do it. I don't care. Do it. I have been of the opinion for a while now that teams like this, I mean, we're having it right now in my Hydra Clash, right? We're going against it. And by the way, I have a team like this. So I'm not just complaining about something that I don't have. I am an abuser. I can abuse for billions of damage, right? But these teams, 162 billion? 162 billion on Nightmare with a Trunda W Meko team. This is right now, this is our matchup here. I've always felt, and I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I've always felt like these teams they just suck. It just sucks, and again, this is from somebody who has a team like this. You shouldn't, it's okay to outscore another clan or your opponent or whatever by 2 or 3 or 10 or whatever, but 100 to outscore an entire clan in one Hydra Clan Boss run, abusing that mechanic, to me, I've never been a fan. All right, so that's one good thing. They've actually done something about that. Trunda teams will be no more. Okay, what's another good thing? Another good thing that they did here was they reduced the overall turn count to Hydra Clan Boss. They brought it down to 1,000 from 1,500. I personally think that's a really good move. I actually really like Hydra Clan Boss, right? I know it's not for everybody out there, but I like it, and I manual all my runs, and it takes me about an hour and a half per run, and I'm kind of sort of starting to dread it every week to take an hour and a half of my night, 3 nights, because my clan is competitive in Hydra Clash and I don't want to let the clan down, That's my decision, but still. So I like that as well. That's, I think, where my pros of these changes ends. We had a behind closed doors meeting. I put out a whole video outlining kind of the future of Raid Shadow Legends, starting with the Deck of Fate response, and then talking about all the feedback they gave about a big update coming later this year. Not a lot of info, by the way, but they did say there's a big update coming towards the end of the year, meaning in a month or two. They talked about a bunch of quality of life stuff, right? But in that conversation, I even said to Plarium, I said to them, you ever think about when you do these really, really unpopular things, because we knew that the Trunda and the Wixwell change, the shield changes were coming. I said, you ever think about maybe delivering really positive news along with the bad news? Or think about maybe mitigating some of the pain, the justified pain that a lot in the community feel over these changes, right? Because I know that not everybody who uses Trunda, the majority of people who use Trunda, aren't running a team like this. They're just using a champion who's very good in Hydra Clan Boss, right? Oh, by the way, another positive thing is I think enemy max HP champions will be a lot better now, which is cool. At least we have another, a new meta will kind of evolve here, which I'm intrigued to see, right? So I know a lot of people don't have Trunda or have Trunda, but they don't have a team like this, so they hurt off of this, right? So this goes back to my previous point. Why not do a couple good things while they do the bad things or the things that, they hurt? Even if they're necessary, they hurt. What are some good things they could have done here? And I haven't even gotten to Taunt yet. Don't worry, we're going to get there, right? Or Wixwell, right? But what could they have done? I'm not a game designer or a community manager or anything like that. But I can think of a bunch of things they could have done, right? I mean, heck, a lot of other games in this genre, they do this. They nerf champions in these games once a year, one champion a year, maybe 2. That's about it. Nerfs are very, very uncommon, right? Which is probably a good thing for the most part, but sometimes they happen. But as infrequent as they are, would it kill them to reset the champion on your account? but give you all those resources. Ergo, putting the decision into the player's hands. Do they want to reinvest in a Trunda, or do they want to use those resources to allocate to a champion that could replace Trunda because she's been nerfed in their teams? You know, so for me, just compensating the resources that you've already put into the champion is a good start. Give the players, give the users a little bit of autonomy to make the decision whether the champion's still worth using, and give them the option of reallocating their resources, right? It's not that difficult to do, and it would be a nice thing to do, right? Just give us the option. That's one. Number two is, geez, if you're going to make the boss a lot better, and frankly, it's been years since they've really came in here and since the inception and really adjusted not the Hydra class clash points, but just the rewards in general, right? If they're going to make the boss more difficult, would it kill them to make the rewards a little bit better? I'm not asking for anything crazy, but you know, even if it just means like triple your clan gold, I don't know, you know, like just a little nod to, hey, we know we're making it more difficult, so it's gonna be harder to 2-key, to 1-key, whatever, to get the chests. And, you know, we're gonna give you better compensation if you do. And maybe you have to go down in difficulty because it's now more challenging, and we're gonna make those rewards probably as good as the rewards that were at a higher difficulty, right? So there's ways they could have really mitigated, again, some of the pain the community's feeling, and they didn't do that. So that really sucks, you know? And then the thing that I'm really most bewildered by is the taunt changes, okay? The taunt changes. I understand personally how not having a champion be eaten by the Hydra clan boss during the entire battle vis-a-vis a taunt cycle could not really be working as they intended, right? I understand that from Plarium's perspective, but to just totally kill it, right? Taunt doesn't do anything anymore. To me, that was like throwing out the baby with the bathwater type thing, right? There's other ways they could have done this. Simply, if a champion has taunt, they can't be eaten, or they'll always be eaten, right? Like allowing, like there's a middle ground somewhere with taunt rather than just throwing it all out, right? So that's and it's, I mean, who am I? Am I kidding? Am I being like totally naive here in thinking that it's not too late, Plarium? It's not too late to deliver a little bit of good news here, right? A little goes a long way. Some people are going to complain no matter what Plarium does. That's a fact. But a lot of people out there aren't in the 1% or the top 10% who complain at everything. A lot of people are pretty reasonable, you know? Okay, I understand, but at least they did all this, you know? So anyway, that's the bummer on Taunt. Taunt already in the game. Taunt right now it's pretty close. Some niche use case like Phantom Shogun, of course, but outside of that, it's kind of landed like Hex originally landed in the game. You're just like, is there really a big use for this ability? And they just took away one of the only two, basically, that exists in the game. Maybe three, you know? But they just took away a big use case for a lot of players built taunt teams, right? To avoid the devouring. So that kind of sucks, too. It felt a little lazy, you know, the change, just to get rid of it, you know? And it's certainly something that, personally, I really I heard a lot of people complain both ways about the Trunda teams, right? But I never really heard anybody ever complain about Taunt. Oh, Taunt's so OP. Another Taunt team we're going against. I never heard anybody complain ever that Taunt was like so busted and it was like, you're not using Taunt, you're crazy. It was just a viable strategy. It wasn't a broken strategy to me, you know? Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know if you guys disagree with anything I'm saying here. And then we'll end with Wixwell and Trunda. So Wixwell, they capped the shield now. I watched a bunch of videos preparing for my video to try to actually get to the bottom of like, okay, what does this really mean? And nobody knew. Nobody knew. So we'll wait a lot of this is a kind of wait and see type thing, right? We could sit here and say it's 1 billion times harder, but it's one thing to say that, and it's another thing to actually get in there and see what happens, right? So there's that. But Wixwell, they claim in the video that it really shouldn't affect your Demon Lord teams, the shield cap, the 2 million or 1 million shield cap. I'll believe it when I see it, but I really hope that's the case. Wixwell, for me and a million other players, along with like Quick Battle was kind of added around the same time period. Man, I use a Wixwell team I love Wixwell for Demon Lord, for old school clan boss. It's kind of TBD. They say that it won't affect teams. So I hope we can take them at their word and that's the case. Because Wixwell really defines the clan boss meta nowadays, right? Wixwell is still going to be a beast, I think, and even Hydra. I mean, even with the provoke on the A1. But we'll see how much it impacts like the Yannicka teams. It's just too early. In the video that they showed on the official YouTube video, like it was like 2+4 Trundas and fully awakened and +4 Gerptuck. It wasn't really a realistic team. And I'm actually going to go, I want to talk about what I'm going to do here at the end of the video. Not that anybody cares, but I'm going to go and I'm going to delete. I only have 2 videos to be fair, but I'm actually going to go delete the videos that I have on Wixwell and Trunda in Hydra Clan Boss because it would suck as a new player to go see those teams and nothing really mirrors in reality, right? The new reality. So guys, those are my opinions. I feel like I'm missing something or I'm forgetting a point that I wanted to make, but hey, it's a rare, lower than 15-minute Ash opinion video here for you guys. What do you think of the changes? Let me know in the comments below. I do think that it's a bummer. It's not too late to go back and add some maybe, like I said, the champion resets, the better rewards. Give a little when you take a little. That's all. Anyway, guys, we'll end it there. Thanks for watching till the end. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.